Hi, Jayne Cravens again with another video about virtual volunteering. This time, it's oh so personal. Virtual volunteering means volunteers providing some or all of their service or interaction with the agency or program online. Interacting with a volunteer via email, that's virtual volunteering. When a volunteer is translating text for you, but they're doing it from home and working with you online, that's virtual volunteering. Somebody is doing online tutoring via video with a student, that's virtual volunteering. And I could go on, and I usually do. So virtual volunteering isn't new, but there are a lot of myths about it. And one of the myths is that it's somehow impersonal, that it somehow takes humans out of the equation. Volunteering, on site or online, can be as personal and as intimate and as human as you want to make it. Some of the most impersonal volunteering I myself have ever done has been on site. I've shown up to volunteer and I just feel like I'm getting work done. I don't really have a transformative experience. I don't really learn much. Might even not feel very valued. Might even be talked down to. That's an on-site volunteering experience a lot of people have. So this idea that on-site volunteering, it's just so much more personal and intimate, not necessarily. I've worked with hundreds of online volunteers. Am I best friends with all of them? No. But this amazing thing can happen online, and it's something I really love. And that's that volunteers will sometimes have a conversation with you that maybe they wouldn't have face-to-face. Maybe the environment wouldn't lend itself to that type of conversation. I'm not talking about anything inappropriate, but just when a volunteer sees that you're online and they start chatting with you and you talk about their service, maybe you start talking about hopes and dreams. It's just something that doesn't happen a lot on site because we don't have time. The volunteer's there to get the task done, or the volunteer's there to interact with the client, and I don't really get an opportunity sometimes to really interact with volunteers on site, but I get to online. These are real people. That comes out online, and maybe I'm just really good at bringing it out, but I really enjoy it. So one of the volunteers I worked with was someone with intellectual disabilities. Maybe I wouldn't have worked with him if he'd been an on-site volunteer. Maybe my own prejudices and fears wouldn't have allowed it. But we worked together online, and it was delightful. And at one point, it's a long story, but I was in touch with his counselor and doctor, and he talked about what online volunteering had meant to this guy. And well, I got off the phone and I cried. So that's virtual volunteering, so impersonal. I'll give you another example. When I was in Germany at the United Nations Volunteers Program and I was directing the online volunteering service, I worked with these 3 online volunteers who were in different parts of the US, and they moderated an online discussion group, a live online discussion group we had in association with this event. I never met them face to face, and we would get online and chat. We had so much fun, and the volunteers liked each other so much that they ended up forming their own nonprofit together called Afghans for Afghans. I was thrilled that they were going to go on and continue to work together, and I would still hear from them occasionally. And one day I heard from one of those volunteers, and one of the 3 had died. That volunteer had been killed in a car wreck. I'm getting emotional again. It's been 20 years. She was real to me. I could tell you what she was planning to do in her postgraduate studies. I could tell you what she was planning to do in her career. She was just one of those volunteers that you just really like. You try not to play favorites. And I think of her when people tell me, virtual volunteering, it's just not personal. You just lose the human contact. Very bad words go through my mind when I hear people say this. We are not going to lose social cohesion because of virtual volunteering. We are not going to lose our communities because of virtual volunteering. If you do virtual volunteering right, it's going to add to social cohesion. It's going to add to community building, and it is going to create some amazing human interactions. This idea that somehow virtual volunteering is going to be completely different and completely isolating, I'm going to use one of my favorite British words, bollocks. Virtual volunteering is personal. On-site volunteering is personal. And let's remember, it's all volunteering and it's all real. And another thing to remember is there is a book that can help you with your virtual volunteering. It's called The Last Virtual Volunteering Guidebook. It's by me, Jayne Cravens, and Susan Ellis. It talks a lot about just how personal virtual volunteering can be. It's available in print or as an online book. There will be web addresses at the end of this video that tell you where to get more information. And those same web addresses are in the description of this YouTube video. Thank you for watching and listening. To order The Last Virtual Volunteering Guidebook and get more information on how to work with volunteers online, please visit www.coyotebroad.com.